So this video is about my fail for this year, trying to do a quick little flip. You might have seen the other video I talked about flipping the panties. I brought a bunch of panties into the state, up the Dominican Republic, the country, because it was like in high demand. I heard a lot of people wanted it. I went ahead and bought a bunch, went to Vicky C's. I got the card and did the membership, all this stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff for like a few bucks, brought it out there, and I was able to sell it for like 15, 16 bucks. And I was using points, so I didn't pay for the flight, I didn't pay for any of that. So it was a win all the way around. Did this again with hair. And I did it in a dumb way. So that's what I'm gonna be talking about right now. First thing, this all started up, I went out there, my girl out there, she wanted me to bring some stuff. I brought a couple things so she could get her hair done for the holidays. Not like Christmas, it was her birthday actually. So she said, "Oh, this is great. When we get out here, it's trash, it's expensive, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, cool. Well, next time I come up, maybe I'll bring some more that, can be sold." And she knows what I do. She knows, I'm always looking to make a quick buck and I'm willing to share and, whatever. So, come around the holidays, Christmas time, she's like, "Hey, I have a salon. People are asking about my hair. They love it. It's that Remy, whatever. You can flat iron it. I don't know shit about hair." So I'm like, whatever. And how much do you think you can get rid of? Whatever you can get, I can sell it. I've already got somebody set up to buy 100 packs. Cool. All right. So I'm like, well, all right, cool. Let me see what I can do. I got some special deals, some holiday sales, blah, blah, blah. I bought 200 packs. I was ready to go in, So I got it. I had some shipping issues. I was supposed to bring it out myself, but I said, okay, well, some things came up, I couldn't do it. I had somebody carry a suitcase out, and then I shipped 2 boxes out myself. Now, I didn't know anything about import tax, and that's where I got raked over. So I was honest on everything. I said the dollar amount that's in the boxes, roughly the amount, and the suitcase, that as well. I was honest. I told him what it was worth. He brought it over there. The majority was in this suitcase. Out of the 200 packs that I bought, maybe 130 were in this suitcase. The other box that I sent over, it was like 70, 60, something like that, maybe a little more. But the suitcase, not the box, I ended up paying like $100 or something like that. But the suitcase he brought over. So I'm not saying I was trying to avoid anything or come under the radar. I'm just saying what happened. So he brought it in, got off the plane, in the Dominican Republic, and he brought it through customs, pulled him aside. They asked him to open the suitcase. This has happened to me before, but they actually made a big deal about the hair. Now, one thing about it is it was only hair in this bag. Pretty big bag, pretty big duffel bag. That was probably the main mistake, I'll say. Now with the panty thing I did in the past, it's clothing, so it's almost like whatever. And I didn't bring 200 packs. I brought like 40 or something like that. And so yeah, that was a big issue. But I kind of didn't care. I'm like, okay, whatever. What are they gonna do? They did what they could do. They hit me with them taxes, and the tax was ridiculous. So for what he had, and I think I shot him over the receipt. So, one pack came out to like $9 per pack. He had like 120. So, we're gonna call that whatever, 1,000, 1,100. We'll say 1,100. They taxed me like $1,000. Ridiculous. And I had a phone in there as well. That was the other item. So that made it all jump up, and the technology tax, I believe, is almost like 80%. So now I'm thinking like, well, why the hell would I have to pay so much? So I had to pay total in taxes almost $1,300. Completely sucked. So as you can imagine, I bought all this hair, come out to roughly $2,000, including the shipping of the smaller pack I sent. But now I'm having to pay $1,100, $1,200 in taxes. Which just killed the majority of my profit, because the person out there that's going to be selling it for me out of their salon, I got to pay them, and I can't really hold them accountable for the issues, and we have other business dealings, we have other things we're doing out there as well. So I don't want to ruin that relationship. So long story short, I ended up biting the bullet. I didn't lose money, but I didn't really make much of anything. I might have made a couple $100, but the effort that I had to put in just to not really make anything, it pretty much pissed me off, but it was a lesson learned. So I would recommend for anybody, not saying to be shady, I'm just telling you, you know, when you send something over there, when you have something like that in your suitcase, just think about the quantity for one, be reasonable, and have the receipt with the item. If you are bringing over, let's say hair, we'll just say hair again. If you're bringing over 60 packs of hair, make sure you have that receipt in the bag. Let's say each pack of hair was $2, $3, okay? You know, 180 bucks. They tell you you got to pay your taxes on it. It's 180 bucks, but you got the receipt in there. Are they going to go confirm it? I don't really know. You could have just got a special deal. You know, who knows anything about that receipt? Are they going to contact the vendor? Are they going to contact the company as they're out of country? How long is that going to take? How long do they have to confirm this transaction is true or false? Now, I will say don't be ridiculous. You know, if you're bringing over 5 iPhones, it's common knowledge what an iPhone is. You might get it, you know, for $100 cheaper or something, whatever. You can say my cousin works at Apple, whatever. But just be reasonable. You know, don't be ridiculous. So have the receipt with the items that you bring over there. You know, don't push it too far. All right. Now, will I do this again? Maybe. Who knows? But I will have the receipt in the bag, and it'll be a good receipt. I'll make sure it's a good one. Online items being sold, you know, you buy stuff online, and that's what I did as well. I bought the stuff online. I just printed off the documents, printed off the receipts. They're not like on paper, like if you go to Walmart or Target or something like that. They're just on regular print paper. So I'll say just have a good receipt if you're going to be bringing stuff over there. Be reasonable. Don't be dumb. And just be careful and don't let it eat into your investment like I did. Now I'm going to call it investment. It's more of a hustle, but don't let it eat into your money like I did. There's a lot of stuff over there that, you know, in retrospect now I look at the items that they had over there when I was there looking at this hair. It was almost like play hair. It was really trash, but it was nearly the same price as here. Now that stuff likely came on a huge container where it's unavoidable. You're going to pay the taxes, you know. So they're essentially the 80% tax on the item has almost doubled the price. If that makes any sense. I mean, I saw it right away, especially after I had to pay the taxes on it myself. So there's always going to be a demand for it. Okay, so there's plenty of money to make on doing that. Just be reasonable. Do some type of research. Already have things set up. And make sure you have the receipt ready to go. All right, see you in the next one.